This is NFL Daily Brief, quick, clear, and current. Hit like and subscribe for the latest league updates. Here are the brief highlights of today's top stories. Live tracking NFL cuts, trades and final roster moves around the league. Browns send QB Pickett to Raiders for 26 pick. Bengals give star to Hendrickson big pay bump. Source: veteran W.R. Cooper reunites with Raiders. Texans RB Mixon to miss at least first 4 games. Doc not losing sleep over Parsons-Cowboys saga. McLaurin hold-in ends with deal worth up to $96 million. Source: Lions cut Hooker after Allen won QB2 job. Bucs waiving 450-pound DT Watson, source says. Adam Schefter's fantasy football cheat sheet. Trey Hendrickson is latest Bengals star to get paid. Now they have to win. Why Washington's offense is the big winner in Terry McLaurin's new deal. The best 100 players in the NFL this season, our experts ranking, starting with 4 QBs in the top 5. 10 players who should have made our NFL rank list. Execs audit our top 100 list. 10 pre-cut down day trade proposals that benefit both teams. Why these deals make sense. Preseason trade tracker. Every move leading up to the 2025 season. Ultimate draft board. Perfect picks for every round in a 12-team league. Fantasy football buzz. Texans place Mixon on IR. Raiders reunite with Cooper. No prima donnas. How Sean Payton and the Broncos built a roster with super expectations. Out of the 7 new NFL head coaches, who's the most, and least, set up for success? Now, let's dive deeper into the details. The roster cut-down deadline for all 32 teams for the 2025 National Football League season is Tuesday at 4 Pacific Time.
Each front office must trim its active roster to 53 players by that time.
This means there will be plenty of cuts, trades, practice squad additions, and roster moves over the next 2 days.
We are tracking all of this information for you in our live tracker.
Here's the latest intel, including notable moves and what our reporters are hearing on what could lie ahead.
We will keep this live tracker updated through the deadline on Tuesday.
So keep checking back to stay up to date on all the latest roster moves.
You can find quick links to roster projections and depth charts.
We also have a trade tracker to keep you informed of any player movement between teams.
For fantasy football enthusiasts, we have a draft guide available.
You can also sign up to play fantasy football through our platform.
We are tracking cuts, trades, and other moves around the league.
The Las Vegas Raiders acquired quarterback Kenny Pickett from the Cleveland Browns in exchange for a draft pick.
The Browns received a 5th-round pick in the 2026 National Football League draft as compensation.
Kenny Pickett will serve as the backup to starting quarterback Geno Smith for the Raiders.
This trade occurred just 2 days after Raiders backup quarterback Aidan O'Connell suffered a fractured right wrist.
O'Connell is projected to be out for 6 to 8 weeks and will likely be placed on injured reserve.
Raiders coach Pete Carroll stated the team was seeking a quarterback with National Football League experience.
Pickett has played in 30 career games, starting 25 of them, since entering the league in 2022.
He has thrown for 4,765 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 14 interceptions, completing 62.4% of his passes.
Pickett was previously traded to the Philadelphia Eagles last offseason and played behind Jalen Hurts.
The Browns then traded for Pickett in March of this year.
This trade leaves the Browns with 2 rookie quarterbacks, Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, backing up starter Joe Flacco.
Browns coach Kevin Stefanski has not yet named Flacco as backup quarterback.
Trey Hendrickson will receive a substantial raise from the Cincinnati Bengals, boosting his 2025 salary to $30 million.
This revised deal also includes a $1 million incentive if he plays 60% of the plays and the Bengals make the playoffs.
Hendrickson is scheduled to become an unrestricted free agent after this season.
He had not participated in any offseason workouts, including training camp, while seeking a new deal.
He had stated he would not play this season under the original $16 million contract.
The Bengals and Hendrickson had discussed a 2-year, $79 million extension.
This would have placed him among the top 3 pass rushers in new dollars, totaling $95 million over 3 years.
However, the proposed deal included $33 million in guarantees, which Hendrickson considered insufficient.
Hendrickson is coming off his best season, with 17.5 sacks in 2024, leading the league.
This is the 3rd significant deal the Bengals made this offseason to retain key players.
They previously signed wide receivers Jamar Chase and T. Higgins to substantial extensions.
This is the second time Hendrickson has received a short-term cash infusion with the Bengals.
The Las Vegas Raiders have signed free agent wide receiver Amari Cooper to a one-year deal.
The 31-year-old Cooper returns to the Raiders, the team that drafted him 4th overall in 2015.
In his previous stint with the Raiders, Cooper amassed 225 catches for 3,183 yards and 19 touchdowns over 52 games.
He even surpassed 1,000 receiving yards in each of his first 2 seasons with the team.
This signing comes as Jacoby Myers has reportedly requested a trade due to a contract dispute.
Myers is entering the final year of his contract and seeks a new deal with guaranteed money.
Despite the trade request, the Raiders currently have no plans to trade the 28-year-old Myers.
Myers is coming off a career-best season with 87 receptions for 1,027 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Beyond Myers and Trey Tucker, the Raiders' receiving depth is considered questionable.
Rookies Dante Thornton Jr. and Jack Betch are expected to play significant roles in the offense this season.
Cooper played in 8 regular season games and 3 playoff games for the Buffalo Bills last season.
Over his career, Cooper has 7 seasons with at least 1,000 receiving yards. Texans running back Joe Mixon will miss at least the first 4 games of the season due to an ankle injury. He will be placed on the reserve non-football injury list, making him ineligible to play.
Mixon had a productive 2024 season, rushing for over 1,000 yards and 11 touchdowns.
This earned him Pro Bowl honors in his first season with the Texans.
The Texans anticipated Mixon's potential absence and made some moves in the offseason.
They signed 4-time Pro Bowl running back Nick Chubb and drafted Woody Marks.
Mixon's absence during the season seemed likely as he started camp on the injury list.
He also did not participate in off-season training activities or minicamp.
Mixon could potentially return in Week 5 against the Baltimore Ravens.
In the meantime, Nick Chubb, Woody Marks, Dameon Pierce, and Dare Ogunbowale will fill in.
Chubb has been the primary running back for the Texans' starting offense so far.
The Texans opened their season on the road against the Los Angeles Rams.
Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott is confident that Micah Parsons will be ready for the season opener against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Prescott draws on his own experience with contract negotiations and similar situations within the team.
Parsons is currently holding in, awaiting a contract extension from the Cowboys.
He has not participated in practice this summer, but the Cowboys seem content to have him play on his 5th-year option.
Cowboys owner and general manager Jerry Jones has also dismissed Parsons' trade request.
Prescott does not believe the situation has become a distraction for the team.
He points out that similar situations have occurred in the past 3 years.
Trevon Diggs, a close friend of Parsons, expressed hope for a resolution and emphasized Parsons' dedication.
Diggs confirmed that Parsons has been working out independently throughout training camp.
While Parsons was not present during the media open portion of practice, he was seen later.
Diggs highlighted Parsons' commitment to the team, recalling his statement about playing for his teammates.
He believes Parsons wants to be with the team, emphasizing the sense of family and home within the Cowboys organization.
Terry McLaurin and the Washington Commanders have agreed on a 3-year contract extension worth up to $96 million.
This deal ends McLaurin's hold-in and ensures he will be ready for the regular season opener against the New York Giants.
McLaurin will receive a $30 million signing bonus as part of this new contract.
This agreement secures the Commanders' most consistent offensive player since his arrival in 2019.
McLaurin, a 2-time Pro Bowler, has consistently exceeded 1,000 receiving yards in each of his first 5 seasons.
Despite missing time during the preseason due to a hold-in and a minor ankle injury, McLaurin is now ready to contribute.
The Commanders prioritized keeping McLaurin, even though he requested a trade earlier this offseason.
Washington viewed DK Metcalf's contract with the Pittsburgh Steelers as a potential benchmark for McLaurin's deal.
McLaurin's age was a consideration for the Commanders, as he will turn 31 during the extension.
The team emphasized analytics, noting that few receivers receive significant guaranteed money at that age.
The Commanders also wanted to avoid setting a precedent of overpaying players.
This new contract allows quarterback Jaden Daniels to connect with his favorite target, as they developed a strong rapport last season.
The Detroit Lions have waived quarterback Hendon Hooker, according to a source confirming the news to ESPN.
Head coach Dan Campbell hinted after the preseason finale loss against Houston that a change of scenery could benefit Hooker.
Hooker, age 27, struggled with turnovers during training camp and preseason.
This led to him losing the backup quarterback position to former Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Kyle Allen.
The starting quarterback for the Lions is four-time Pro Bowler Jared Goff.
Campbell questioned the potential for Hooker as development and the team's needs in other areas.
The Lions drafted Hooker 68th overall in the third round of the 2023 NFL Draft from Tennessee.
He was drafted while recovering from a torn ACL, indicating the Lions were looking towards the future.
Hooker was the franchise's highest drafted quarterback since Matthew Stafford in 2009.
However, Hooker only played in 3 regular season games.
In July, Hooker told ESPN that he felt his camp performance was average and he needed to improve some things.
Despite throwing an interception in his final preseason game against Houston, Hooker felt confident about making the final 53-man roster.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are waiving defensive tackle Desmond Watson before Tuesday's roster cut deadline.
Watson, formerly of the Florida Gators, is listed at 449 pounds.
He did not participate in any practice or preseason snaps with the Buccaneers.
Watson spent training camp on the active non-football illness list, working on conditioning to reduce his weight.
He did participate in rookie minicamp in May and the mandatory minicamp in June.
Had he played in a regular season game, Watson would have been the heaviest recorded National Football League player in history.
The Buccaneers could re-sign Watson to their practice squad if he clears waivers.
Head coach Todd Bowles expressed interest in keeping Watson with the organization.
Bowles stated he would like to have long-term plans for Watson due to his progress.
The Buccaneers also plan to release quarterback Kyle Trask.
Teddy Bridgewater, who recently came out of retirement, will be the primary backup to Baker Mayfield.
This move solidifies the Buccaneers' quarterback depth chart going into the season.
Adam Schefter provides insights for fantasy football drafts, highlighting players who could outperform their average draft position.
He considers various league sizes and scoring systems, emphasizing the importance of tailoring choices to specific leagues.
At quarterback, established stars like Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson remain top options.
However, Schefter also suggests Baker Mayfield and Bo Nix as potential mid-round values.
For late-round quarterbacks, he points to Drake May and Michael Penix Jr. as potential breakout candidates.
Running back is another deep position, with Bijan Robinson and Jahmyr Gibbs projected as top picks.
Schefter also highlights Chase Brown and Bucky Irving as potential early-round steals.
Mid-round running back targets include Isaiah Pacheco and Omarion Hampton.
At wide receiver, Jamar Chase and Amon-Ra St. Brown lead the pack.
Schefter suggests Nico Collins and Malik Neighbors as potential mid-round picks with high upside.
Later-round wide receiver options include Jordan Addison and Matthew Golden.
Finally, at tight end, Brock Bowers and Trey McBride are top choices.
The Cincinnati Bengals have finalized their offseason checklist by extending contracts with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Trey Hendrickson.
This contract resolution with Hendrickson, their all-pro pass rusher, comes 5 months after securing extensions for their star wide receivers.
While resolving Hendrickson's contract situation was crucial, the real challenge lies in capitalizing on their championship window.
The Bengals aim to avoid wasting another year of quarterback Joe Burrow's career after missing the playoffs for 2 consecutive seasons.
Finalizing Hendrickson's contract 13 days before the season ensures both sides can focus on preparing for the upcoming year.
Hendrickson led the league in sacks last season with 17.5, and his performance will be key to the Bengals' success.
Defensive coordinator Al Golden expressed confidence in Hendrickson's ability to transition quickly onto the field.
Hendrickson's 4-year, $60 million contract signed in 2021 has been one of the best value signings of the decade.
He has been a Pro Bowler every year in Cincinnati and led the league in sacks in 2024 with 17.5.
Despite strong individual performances from Burrow, Chase, and Hendrickson, the Bengals missed the playoffs in 2024.
Defensive struggles led to the replacement of defensive coordinator Lou Anarumo with Al Golden.
Hendrickson's new contract structure allows him to become a free agent next season while providing the Bengals with a top-tier edge rusher.
Terry McLaurin's contract extension with the Washington Commanders benefits the entire offense.
Quarterback Jaden Daniels, offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury, and other players will all gain from his presence.
McLaurin is considered the heartbeat of the offense, providing energy and leadership.
He was routinely voted a team captain, highlighting his importance to the team.
While the full financial details are not yet public, the reported value is up to $96 million over 3 years.
It is too early to determine which side benefited most from the deal.
The most important outcome is that McLaurin will be ready for the season opener against the New York Giants.
The contract negotiations had been a distraction, with McLaurin holding out of training camp.
Kingsbury had expressed frustration with the offense's performance without McLaurin.
McLaurin's presence will open up opportunities for other players like Deebo Samuel and Zach Ertz.
He is a key target for deep passes from Daniels, contributing significantly to their offensive success.
McLaurin's impact is also evident in the team's record when he is involved early in games.
The National Football League regular season is almost upon us.
Our experts have compiled their annual ranking of the top 100 players.
This ranking is based on projected performance for the 2025 season.
10 analysts and insiders voted to create this consensus list.
The Philadelphia Eagles lead with 10 players on the list.
The Detroit Lions and San Francisco 49ers are close behind.
Quarterbacks and wide receivers dominate the rankings.
Each position group has 15 players represented.
National Football League Nation reporters provided player outlooks.
ESPN research contributed key statistics for each player.
Fantasy analyst Mike Clay projected the 2025 statistics.
This list begins with number 100 and culminates with number 1.
The National Football League Rank Project highlights the top 100 players, but some deserving players were excluded.
This list focuses on players who, according to league personnel, should have been included in the rankings.
Joe Alt, left tackle for the Los Angeles Chargers, is a rising star with significant potential.
Jonathan Greenard, edge rusher for the Minnesota Vikings, has impressive sack numbers and a high motor.
Vita Vea, defensive tackle for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, is a dominant force in the run game and a capable pass rusher.
Devonta Smith, wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles, consistently performs well despite a run-heavy offense.
Nnamdi Madubuike, defensive tackle for the Baltimore Ravens, is expected to have a strong season due to his explosiveness.
James Cook, running back for the Buffalo Bills, is a versatile player coming off back-to-back Pro Bowl seasons.
Brian Burns, edge rusher for the New York Giants, has the potential for increased production with more support up front.
J.C. Horn, cornerback for the Carolina Panthers, is a versatile player who excels in both man coverage and run support.
Jalen Ramsey, cornerback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, is expected to have a resurgence after his trade from Miami.
DeForest Buckner, defensive tackle for the Indianapolis Colts, consistently performs at a high level despite missing games last season.
These players represent a range of positions and teams, highlighting the depth of talent in the NFL.
Their exclusion from the top 100 rankings sparks debate and underscores the difficulty of evaluating player performance.
Before the NFL regular season begins, teams are making final trades, often involving players who might be cut or whose roster spots are uncertain.
These trades frequently involve players on the fringe of one team's roster moving to a team with a need due to injury or depth issues.
Many recent trades involve late-round pick swaps or players exchanged for modest compensation.
Let us consider some potential trades that could benefit both teams involved.
One possibility involves the Colts trading quarterback Anthony Richardson to the Steelers.
The Steelers could utilize Richardson as a future quarterback option given the age of Aaron Rodgers and uncertainty around other backups.
Another potential trade could send Bears left tackle Braxton Jones to the Rams.
The Rams have concerns about their left tackle situation due to injuries, while the Bears seem less than enthusiastic about Jones.
A reunion between wide receiver Adam Thielen and the Vikings is another possibility.
The Vikings need receiver help due to injuries, and Thielen could be available if the Panthers prioritize younger players.
The Lions could acquire edge rusher Anfernee Jennings from the Patriots to bolster their depth.
Jennings is a solid run defender, and the Lions could use him, especially with Josh Paschal expected to miss time.
The National Football League preseason has concluded, with teams finalizing rosters for the 2025 regular season.
Numerous trades occurred before the season begins on September 4, reshaping team lineups.
One significant trade involved the Dolphins and Steelers, exchanging cornerback Jalen Ramsey, tight end Jonnu Smith, and safety Minkah Fitzpatrick.
The Vikings also traded backup quarterback Sam Howell to the Eagles in another notable move.
The Colts acquired cornerback Mekhi Blackmon from the Vikings for a 2026 sixth-round pick.
Blackmon joins Xavier Howard as a recent cornerback addition to the Colts.
The Raiders acquired quarterback Kenny Pickett from the Browns for a 2026 fifth-round pick.
This marks Pickett's third trade in 18 months, becoming the Raiders' backup quarterback.
The Chiefs traded for defensive tackle Derek Nottie and a 7th-round pick from the Jets.
In exchange, the Jets received a 2026 6th-round pick.
The 49ers acquired running back Brian Robinson Jr. from the Commanders for a 2026 6th-round pick.
This trade saved the Commanders $3.3 million in salary cap space.
Fantasy football drafts prioritize value, but personal preferences also play a role.
This round-by-round analysis provides insights into draft day considerations, highlighting key players.
Average draft position data ensures the roadmap is applicable to a wide range of drafts.
The first round often involves selecting the best available player.
Bijan Robinson is a highly desirable pick, but his availability depends on draft position.
Other running backs in the first round have concerns like workload, sharing carries, or age.
Elite wide receivers like Justin Jefferson or CeeDee Lamb are strong alternatives.
Jonathan Taylor is a solid second-round option, but other running backs are also enticing.
Targeting a top tight end like Trey McBride in the 3rd round can provide an advantage.
McBride has shown high target volume and fantasy point potential.
Dual-threat quarterbacks like Josh Allen or Jalen Hurts are valuable targets in the 4th round.
James Conner offers a solid, if unexciting, pick in the 5th round.
Joe Mixon is on the reserve non-football injury list due to an ankle injury, making him ineligible for at least the first 4 games of the season.
In his first season with the Texans, Mixon averaged significant fantasy points, making his injury a concern for fantasy managers.
Nick Chubb and Dameon Pierce may see increased roles in Mixon's absence, but the Texans' offensive line remains a concern.
The Raiders have reunited with Amari Cooper, which impacts Jakobi Meyers' fantasy value.
Myers recently requested a trade, adding further complexity to the Raiders' receiver situation.
Cooper, while past his prime, could still see meaningful volume given the Raiders' depth chart.
Chris Olave of the New Orleans Saints could see more snaps in the slot this season, potentially boosting his fantasy value.
Brian Robinson Jr. was traded from the Commanders to the 49ers, impacting both teams' backfields.
Robinson now provides depth behind Christian McCaffrey, while the Commanders' backfield opens up for a committee approach.
Chris Godwin is expected to return from injury in October, but fantasy managers can stash him on injured reserve.
Daniel Jones being named the Colts' starting quarterback benefits players like Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman Jr., and Tyler Warren.
Joe Flacco starting for the Browns makes Jerry Jeudy and David Njoku more appealing fantasy options.
Damian Woody believes the Denver Broncos have the potential to be a Super Bowl contender this season.
Broncos ownership, including Greg and Kerry Penner, are heavily invested in building a championship-caliber team.
Running back J.K. Dobbins, a recent signing, has noted the team is investing significant resources into their facilities and personnel.
Coach Sean Payton is confident in the infrastructure and personnel he has assembled in Denver.
Payton has openly stated his belief that the Broncos are capable of reaching Super Bowl 60.
He emphasizes the importance of establishing a winning culture and having the right players.
Payton is prioritizing a youth-focused roster, a departure from his previous reliance on veteran players in New Orleans.
The Broncos' decision to release Russell Wilson resulted in significant dead money but also allowed for a shift in roster strategy.
Drafting quarterback Bo Nix has provided the Broncos with flexibility and a potential franchise quarterback.
The Broncos have also adjusted their approach to contracts, moving away from the heavy use of voidable years.
Payton emphasizes the importance of a strong offensive line and has invested heavily in that unit.
He believes building from the inside out is crucial for overall team success and quarterback development.
Several new NFL head coaches have taken on roles with varying levels of potential for success.
To assess their situations, a regression model considered factors like team quality, roster age, and quarterback performance.
Brian Schottenheimer inherits a Dallas Cowboys team with a strong recent record despite a difficult 2024 season.
Ben Johnson takes over the Chicago Bears with exciting young quarterback Caleb Williams and an improving team.
Liam Cohen joins the Jacksonville Jaguars, hoping to revitalize Trevor Lawrence's career and capitalize on young talent.
Aaron Glenn aims to bring a winning culture to the New York Jets, drawing comparisons to past successful teams.
Pete Carroll takes on the Las Vegas Raiders, balancing a young roster with the experience of himself and quarterback Geno Smith.
Mike Vrabel returns to the New England Patriots with a focus on rebuilding a team that has struggled recently.
Kellen Moore faces a significant rebuilding task with the New Orleans Saints after the retirement of key players.
The model predicts Schottenheimer and Johnson to have the most favorable situations.
Moore has the most challenging path ahead with the Saints.
These predictions are not guarantees, but they offer a snapshot of the foundations each coach is starting from.
Each coach will ultimately shape their team's trajectory in their own way.
It will be interesting to see how these situations unfold over the next few seasons.
That's a wrap on this week's NFL Blitz Talk. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time with more gridiron fire and fearless breakdowns.